And now to Brazil, where mourners have been paying their respect to soccer legend Pele during a 24-hour wake. The open casket event is being held at the Vila Belmiro Stadium, the home of Santos Football Club, where, of course, Pele began his sporting career as a teenager. Well, amongst the mourners attending was FIFA President Gianni Infantino. Newly sworn-in President of Brazil, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, as well as his Vice President, are expected to attend later. Pele died at the age of 82 last Thursday due to multiple organ failures resulting from a progression of colon cancer. Well, those that attended the wake paid tributes to the football icon.
Da importância do Pelé é algo. Eu sou santista.
I'm a Santos fan from the times of my father. And Pele's legacy is quite something. There are no words, it's overwhelming. It's the loss of an idol for everyone, a great person who raised the country's name to all parts of the world. Mission accomplished for a national and international idol like Pele. It's all good, all that he did in the country during the dictatorship. He took Brazil overseas. The country is well known because of him. He's all good.
O país é conhecido hoje mundialmente devido a ele, Santos Futebol.
Da importância do Pelé é algo. Eu sou.
Pele's legacy. There are no words.
There's a live pictures on your screen from Santos in Brazil. Of course, we can see the body of the legendary Pele. Of course, he passed away a couple of days ago at the age of 82. And mourners from all across the globe paying their last respect. And like we told you earlier, FIFA President Gianni Infantino, as well as newly sworn in Brazilian President Lula da Silva. Of course, he was just sworn in yesterday. They are expected to pay their last respect, as well as football lovers across the globe, of course, those who can make it to Brazil to pay the last respect. Well, for more on Pele's wake, I'm now being joined in the studio by, of course, global sports anchor Iyomon. This time around, you're not in Brazil. Welcome back from Qatar, by the way. And let's talk about Pele. We are smiling about, even though we're sad that he's gone. But let's talk about the wake that we've just seen live pictures out of Santos and what we should expect in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, Pele's funeral is like expected to be crowded with fans around the world. Not just fans. Big political personalities as well. We've seen FIFA President Gianni Infantino actually already make a speech. Brazil's newly sworn president is also there at the venue. And what is important to note is the fact that Pele's lying place has already been published out, and which is the ecumenical center there, the cemetery, in which he said he wanted to be buried, to honor his father, who was also a footballer. That's Dondinho there, who wore the number 9 jersey. And he actually, well, the site of the funeral is actually stated by Guinness Book of Records to be one of the tallest in Brazil. We want to oversee the area, Santos, where he played. A very, very big one there for the people of Santos. Yes, the world is sad, but I think it is a celebration of life. 82 years, over 60 years after he made his debut in the World Cup. What a life he lived. He lived a very wonderful life in which he transcended the sports. So yeah, you expect crowd to be there. A lot of people are going to be there, but his burial is going to be a private home in which only his family members will be there.
I absolutely appreciate that. But being buried in the 9th floor of a building, that takes someone who, of course, has this relevance, not just to the community, but globally, really. And speaking about global relevance, Gianni Infantino, he's talking about the fact that some stadiums around the world will be renamed after Pele. Talk to us about that.
Well, this statement is a big one. It's one thing to appreciate a legend. Like I said earlier, Pele transcended the game of football. He was known globally aside football, aside just playing on the pitch of play. Yes, now we're talking about naming stadiums around the world, at least one stadium around the world. That's what Infantino said out there. It is now left for countries to actually decide to follow through, because it is not a dictatorship. You look at other greats who've played football, the likes of Puskas and all, who've seen awards being renamed after them, or awards being put in place. I feel it would be a better one to actually name an existing award after Pele, one in which people remember every year. You see, there's the Ballon d'Or, there's the Puskas Award, in which is given to the a very beautiful goal scored by a player. There's also the Yastin Trophy, which is given to goalkeeper. It was actually a trophy named after a goalkeeper. So there's the Pichichi Award in Spain, which was given after Athletic Bilbao's great. He was also a footballer. So I think just naming a stadium, it doesn't mean players who play there every time or people remember the name. But a global award, like for instance, FIFA award, a FIFA award being named after Pele is something that will live on forever.
So that would be better, you're saying, you know, over what, but you know, it's a good starting point, because you know, the legend of Pele is something that no one can ignore, really. And now, yes, we know he died at 82 after battling with colon cancer for about a year, almost 2 years. But more details are now surfacing concerning his death. Just a couple of days ago, we found a picture of him and Pope Benedict XVI, who we know passed away a couple of days ago. Let's talk about Pele, the icon. His legacy transcended beyond football, didn't it? Exactly.
You've just said the words. Pele was an extraordinary personality. Far back as the 70s, he was already modeling for designers. You see footballers now doing it. So many people say, whatever you see a footballer do now, Pele already did it. So he was bigger than the game. There's some athletes who you do not even need to watch the game to know their names. For instance, the NFL, you look at Tom Brady, so many people know him, but how many people watch the NFL? Fewer than the people who know his name. So same with Pele. People who did not watch football just knew the name. Pele was synonymous with football, and as such, so many global personalities across the world wanted to be known with him, wanting to say, I've seen Pele, wanting to meet him. Because you think about it, someone scoring over 1,000 goals, the records are meant to be broken, but for some of the records Pele set, it will take a lifetime or more than a lifetime to even eclipse or get close to those records. So it is not a shocking fact that he was even more popular than some presidents, some prime ministers, some religious leaders who were revered. So he was named Player of the Century alongside Maradona in the 90s. So what do you expect? I think when you talk about football, you can't just fail to mention Pele's name. It's impossible. He's the king of modern football. He brought art, entertainment to the game, the way he played the game, the way he was fluid. He was a very beautiful, lanky player. So many of us did not watch Pele play. But if you look at the players, even those who are in their teenagers, those who are teenagers, those who are in their 20s, keep on talking about Pele, Mbappe, Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo.
They say for everything we're doing now, Pele did it first.
Exactly.
But no player has won 3 World Cups except Pele. So we cannot ignore the legend that was Pele, as of course we mourn the legend. Iyomon, thank you so much for your analysis tonight.